Good morning, Year 5. Welcome to another video. It's Friday. We've made it through another week. So here we are, and the sun is shining, which is nice because the weather has not been too great this week. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get some sunshine this weekend and today. So today's video, weekly summary, give you some feedback from maths, some feedback from reading, but also have some very exciting news for you, which hopefully you will be excited about as well. But before we share the exciting news with you, just some pictures from this week. So lovely stone decoration there as part of the RE or PSHE work that was on eSchools from Evie. Excellent. There is always hope at the end of a rainbow. Indeed there is, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully not too much longer, and we might be back at school. Neve, there, clearly great attitude to learning, well done. And I know that I said that Mrs. Ayton and I were in school this week, so it was great to see some of you in Year 5, Brad, Luke, and obviously you should have received some golden awards this week as well. So I know in 5CP, Patrick got one, Luke has had one, and some of you in 5A should have also had one. So if you got one, don't forget to send us a picture on Twitter so we can share it with everybody and show the great work that you've been doing. Okay, so some exciting news for you then. Well, we've spoken to lots of parents. It's been really a long time since we all saw each other, since we spoke to you. Obviously, some of us have spoken to each other on the phone, but we really haven't seen each other for quite a long time. So next week, we are going to be hosting a Zoom video call for both classes so that we can all see each other and catch up. Okay, now if you don't know what Zoom is, it's a bit like FaceTime or WhatsApp, where you can video call and we will all be able to see each other's faces on a laptop or on a phone. It's easier if you do it on a laptop. And we will all be able to have a class chat. Okay, so that will be happening next week. You don't have to do it, but obviously if we could get as many of you as possible to do it, we'll all be able to sort of catch up and have a chat, not necessarily about learning, but just see each other and communicate all together at the same time live, which would be quite good. So like I said, it's a bit like FaceTime, but we could all do it at the same time on a computer or a laptop. So your parents will get an email hopefully today with a letter and the instructions of how they can book you a place for you to join us in our Zoom meeting or Zoom catch up. Okay, so that letter will hopefully be coming out today, and it will be really nice to have as many of you there as possible, and I know lots of you will be really keen to do it, but parents, it will be in the letter of exactly how you can go about signing your child up for that Zoom catch up. Okay, so that letter will come out hopefully today. Now, well done at the moment to 5CP. This was correct from 5 PM on Thursday. Lucas in first place, Finn in second place, and Amelia in third place out of the year group. But really, you can see lots of children going on and making some really good scores up here for their class. So 5CP look like they're going to win it, but who knows, that could all change today. If you're not up there, try and get up there. Come on, let's knock Lucas off of first place and let somebody else get up there. Can anybody do it? So this was a picture from this week's reading, which most of you will recognise. Now, Mrs. Ayton asked me to go through this quickly because one of the questions asked you, what could this be, this white stuff be on the floor? And a lot of you put snow. Now, it's VE Day. We're remembering those in May next week. Now, I don't think we would have snow in May. Okay, so snow is not the answer we're looking for. Now, often during the war, the British Army, okay, would fly over and they would drop posters, propaganda down onto the streets as a way of communicating and trying to influence people during the war. So it's quite possible that this here could have been propaganda posters that have dropped down from the planes as they've flown over. Okay, it's also possible that because it's VE Day, and you can see that it's a street party and they are all celebrating. Okay, it's also possible that these people would have thrown toilet rolls out of the window. Okay, as a way of celebrating. You can sort of see that down here. So it's also possible that this is sort of toilet roll as well, because they've been having a party, or British flags, that kind of thing. But it's definitely not snow. Okay, so remember, when you're doing your reading, use your background knowledge of what you know is going on. It's VE Day, they're celebrating. VE Day's in May, so it's definitely not going to be snow, it would be far too warm. Okay, they're celebrating. Propaganda possibly as well coming down from planes, but that's what we think. Okay. Now, another thing, maths as well. Quite a few people that had this question did get this wrong, so I'm just going to quickly go through this again. It's after area. When we mark your work, a lot of you this week started doing perimeter. If I say perimeter, you say plus. Perimeter is around the outside, area is the inside. Okay, now working this one out, it wants to know it does ask you for the perimeter here, but you need to use the area to help you. And again, remember, I split mine down here and I called this shape 1 and this shape 2. Now I know the area is 83, so shape 1 added to shape 2 needs to make 83 centimetres squared. So how can I go about working it out? Well, first of all, I know the area is equal to length times by width, so I need to times my two numbers at a right angle, which is 12 and 4. Here's my length, here's my width. Well, 12 times by 4 is 48 centimetres squared in this case. So that is 48 in there, shape 1. Now I know shape 1 add 2 is 83. So if shape 1 is 48, what do I add to 48 to get to 83? Well, let's do the inverse quickly. 83, take away 48. Can't do 3 take 8, so that becomes 13 take 8, which is 5. 7 take 4 is 3, so I know shape 2 needs to be 35. Well, hold on a second. That's 7. We don't know that one, but we know that is 12. 12 is the longest side, and that's 7. What must this be here? Well, that must be 5. Okay, so now if I quickly draw shape 2 down here, we know that that's 5. We don't know that, but we know the area of shape 2 is 35 because I worked that out here. So what times by 5 makes 35? Well, the question mark, do the inverse, 35 divided by 5 is 7. So I know that this part here needs to be 7. And I know that if I do it in green, that side, and that side, to work out this missing length here, well, that's 4, and that's 7, because I've just worked out that 7, 4 is 7 is 11. So working out the total perimeter now that I've got all my missing sides, because I had to use the area to do that, I know that 12 add 4 is 16. Okay, add 7, 16, add 7. Well, add 4 gets me to 20, add another 3 is 23, add another 7 is 30, add 5 is 35, add 11 gets me to 41 centimetres. Not centimetres squared because it's after the perimeter. Okay? So just a reminder of what you need to submit today. You need to submit your writing. We've had lots of really, really good writing coming in, so we're looking forward to reading them. You need to submit your reading unless you've been on Lexia. If you're on Lexia, you can tick that you've done the reading by clicking submit. Okay. You need to submit your maths week 25 sheet. Lots of them already in. Excellent. Well done to those of you who did it in stages, bit by bit, and didn't leave it all to the last minute. And you also need to submit your maths area sheet. Okay, which is it. All of that is on eSchools. Okay. The next video will be on Monday. Please message us if you're a bit behind, if you're struggling with anything, because we can help you. Okay, but all of that stuff, that work there is due in on today via eSchools, please. If you have submitted something that's overdue, we don't get that notification. So if you have submitted something for us, for example, week 24's math sheet, you need to send us a message to tell us you've submitted it so that we can look and mark it for you, okay? So have a wonderful weekend, enjoy some sunshine hopefully, and fingers crossed you will be able to join us for our Zoom catch-up next week. Remember, remind your parents there'll be an email coming out and it will involve them having to send their email address to us via eSchools to book you on, and then you'll get given a date and a time in which it will all sort of happen with our classes. But we hope that you'll be able to join us, and we hope that we will be able to see you there. So have a fantastic weekend. Well done for all of your learning this week. It's gone really well, and we hope to see you all next week via Zoom. Okay, goodbye.